Welcome.
Once again, I just want to say thanks to all the players again for their patience and for making the effort to come to our event. Hopefully they've enjoyed it, and also thanks to all the staff as well, including you, Mike and Jay. Putting in a good shift over the weekend and making sure the tournament has been a success, both Halo and Black Ops. I want to apologise. I don't know how many Halo community guys are listening.
I've already apologised, man.
Yeah. We can't apologise enough, I feel.
Yeah.
But
at least we're not charging 10 quid for it.
Yeah, it's true. It was an unfortunate situation. I'll release a press release tonight which will explain why everything conspired as it did. We did our best. We had problems setting up the TriCaster because of stuff not being delivered. We ended up having to buy about £1,000 worth of equipment to try and get it online yesterday, and in the end we only managed to get the final 2 games, which obviously is better than nothing, so that's not ideal. And then of course, while this game is still kicking off, final thanks to the guys at Steel Series that have been great hosts on their stand. I think the weekend, well, the whole week's been a success. Chris and James Dean have got a good team behind them, and yeah, it's been
all very helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
So you had an enjoyable week.
Yeah, I had an enjoyable week. I was looking forward to the weekend, if I've been honest, because there's only so many FFAs where the average age of the player is about 7 years old that you can enjoy. I mean, it's not that easy when I'm writing email addresses down, and obviously I'm fairly tall. Even when I'm sat down, I'm bigger than most of the kids, that are quite intimidated. So when I ask them for their name and email address, they only whisper it. So I have to just basically go, pardon, for about 30 times. And whenever anyone spells something out to you, they always do it. Like, how do you spell Fnatic? Like FNATIC or whatever. I had the K in there.
Basically, they say it again.
So quickly, right? Yeah. If I say pardon again, they look at me like I'm some sort of moron for not being able to type quicker than the speed of light. But overall, yeah, it has been good.
Well, thank you, Mello. Thanks for your work. On behalf of the community.
Cheers. I'll do a lap of honour later, so the crowd can clap me home.
You'll get on your high horse, ride off into the sunset.
That's what I mean. I think at the end of ECL2, I'm just going to stand on the top of a big podium while everyone just bows down to me. That's my dream, anyway.
I think we can organise that if you want.
Well, that'd be nice. The most pleasing thing is really just being able to host a tournament that everyone's really pleased with. I mean, the best thing, well, one of the best things about ECL2 that we managed to achieve is obviously we had the problem where we had to go back to COD 4 for the last event, and we were worried there might be a situation this time. And luckily, when we kind of thought, oh, we've got no chance. Joy made Stoke there, which might be a lack of communication on their part. But, we managed to get the local council to sign off on us having people playing the game who are any age basically. So that's great for the community because there's a lot of half the players playing here when they first started going to LAN, they would be too young to play Modern Warfare 2, for example, last year. So, and we wouldn't have seen the likes of Gunshi. He probably wouldn't be world champion now had he not been able to attend these LAN events. So it's great for the next, not generation, but the next young kids going through. Really, everyone loves Call of Duty. Literally everyone loves Call of Duty, but it's become an obsession really worldwide, hasn't it? And so it's nice that I've kind of.
It's just kind of the demographic of who attends LAN, so too. Is that you kind of 16, 17-year-olds.
And so I've been a part of the Call of Duty community for a while now. It's nice to be able to kind of give something back to them. They really wanted that. It was clear that it was a great thing for them, and so I was pleased with that.
What's with the age rating thing? How are you guys dealing with that? Just explain it to people.
Okay, so anyone who's listening who's yet to buy tickets, or even people who bought tickets who still a bit confused how it works, the game is technically rated 18, but that's only for sales at this point in time. Of course, we're not going to be selling the game, but if you are 18, you just go onto our website, buy just the Black Ops tournament entry ticket, and you're done. Whereas if you're under 18, what you actually have to do is buy a bring your own media ticket, and this means that you will be actually bringing your own copy of the game. We won't be supplying you with the game. You'll be bringing your own from home. You'll be playing on your own game. Your parents are allowed to buy it because you probably haven't been able to buy it yourself unless you've got a fake ID. And also you're bringing 2 consent forms. Both consent forms need to be signed. I mean, I explained it clearly, there's been a bit of confusion still that, some of the forms, they weren't sure what forms to fill in. It's definitely both forms. Need to be fully signed out by your parents, signed properly. We'll be checking it at the door thoroughly. We can't be just letting people forge it on the day with a left hand or something like that. So it looks like the dad's Muhammad Ali writing. But so yeah, that's basically it. And the same goes for Gears of War as well.
So if you're playing Gears of War or Call of Duty, show up, with your 2 consent forms and your game.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
So anyway, we're quite a way into this CTF game now.
Yeah, 3-0.
Fnatic are actually 3-0 down already, which goes back to the point perhaps that it was a bit of an anomaly, I think. And, somebody triumphantly dives over the flag there.
Yeah.
And, oh, he doesn't quite get the kill.
A John Terry there.
The Gunshi and Dome connection. The relationship being tested. Tobi gets the kill through a wall on Maxxie. And he's taken down by Swanny. Not so predictable. 4-0 is a substantial lead for the first.
So come-ons.
First half.
A lot of come-ons there from Dope Go.
Come on, I mean, Dope Go's on. If anyone's going to come, I'm going to have to come on. It's going to have to be Dope Go here, who's currently trailing on kills with 4-11. I mean, kills aren't everything, but whereas on the other team, Pacino
but
again,
defense is everything, so.
Yeah. Dope Go taking down by Maxxie with grenades. Maxxie should have the double on there. Tobi takes him down. Flash thrown up. And once again, I mean, I think Pacino is sometimes written off. So he can be a bit of a Wally. I like to call him Where's Wally, if anything.
Yeah.
Wally's his surname.
Yeah, I know that. But, that's why I didn't laugh.
But yeah, it was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah. I actually, the first time I ever saw his name written down, like years ago, I thought that joke.
Oh, right,
and
okay.
I thought,
so you didn't use it, so I'm claiming it.
Well, when I thought of it, I thought, I'm never going to say that in my life because I look like a complete loser.
That's fine. I feel like I'm past the point of being a complete loser, so
you're not
that's okay. I can say those kind of things. But so now Fnatic are actually trailing by 5 flags, so this is a real big ask. I mean, Maxxie's unfortunately he's 8-14, but it doesn't really matter. Pacino, going back to him, sometimes he's a bit of a Wally, so I think he's overlooked a little bit, but he's been consistently playing well. He's been the top fragger quite a few rounds. So, and once again running the flag through jungle.
Power is absolutely cakewalking this. Pacino, nice kill there. Dope Gunshi reply though, with little Maxxie.
Little Maxxie's knocking about. He's still his little Maxxie. I think, and this is little Maxxie's 4th tournament on Black Ops already. And,
really?
I think this will actually potentially is his 4th tournament win already. So it's not really a bad achievement. I mean, half the players here have been playing for so long, and they've not even, a lot of them haven't even won a single man yet. So they've won 4 already on a new game. It's really quite impressive. I'm sure he's got quite a strong French support as well at home. The French community is like, for whatever reason, they're not as well integrated into the UK community. I mean, I almost said European, but it's mostly UK. There's only a few teams that play, like a German team, French guys. We're seeing a French mixed team come over, MX and Reckless, like MS.Reckless or whatever they call themselves. Whereas there is actually about 40 French teams who play. The largest Call of Duty LAN on console to date was actually held in France.
Oh, really?
People know that, yeah. So we've got a huge community, and I think as part of GSL and as part of ECL, we're looking for new ways to kind of get involved. I'm sure it is intimidating to come to a new country especially if you don't speak the language. You're not used to going away that much. You're still quite a young person. You might not be allowed to go or whatever. So and the British community, well, the UK community are often quite brash,
oh yeah.
I think the MX team at the ECL were kind of put off by some of the more hardcore smack talk in one team.
Yeah, well, they had a disappointing finish at that.
Yeah, they were. I know Jonas was one of the main French guys. He was particularly annoyed with how his team were treated from some of the other teams.
Yeah.
And I think it did go too far. So it's something that I'll be looking to stamp out a little bit at the next event. I mean, we can't get rid of smack talk completely because let's face it, it's quite funny half the time.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a few witty lines. And
well, Twitter's good. Negative kind of banter is bad.
Yeah, when it gets to the point where it's bordering on racism, then
no, exactly.
Yeah. Too far there, personally, but
right now, Fnatic desperately trying to build their way back into this, but the red total keeps on rising.
It looks like a huge ass now.
7-2 right now.
Yeah, I mean,
on flag caps for Power Gaming.
Unless Don't Go morphs into Jesus Christ himself, I don't really think this is going to happen. He's going to need some sort of divine intervention.
A minute for 7 caps.
Yeah, 5 caps.
Things that are not going to happen.
5 caps to tie it up. Can they do it?
I mean, let's talk about it now. I guess, well, Power's victory, obviously, now.
Yeah.
1,000 pounds richer for those guys. So they just, on the day Fnatic using using Jolly as a replacement player.
Yeah.
It worked out well for them.
Oh yeah.
But
well,
what can we expect next weekend when they've got their actual team?
From speaking to them, they've made the final, but I imagine they'll be fairly disappointed with the outcome of this. Like, I don't know if it's because like Dogo had about 70 pints of alcohol injected directly to his veins.
Yeah, which makes them play better, probably.
No, not now. No, I mean this was the other night, and Jolly was fairly drunk as well. But they were brimming with confidence. You know, they thought the teams had just simply overlooked them, and so they were expecting to come and take the tournament by storm. And even though they made the final, you know, they've done
this
so
was not
just,
No, and they didn't. They barely, kind of.
It's not comprehensive by any means.
Yeah.
This has been something of a beating, you know. The S&D game, Fnatic,
so there we go.
Showed that they had something, but I mean, look at that.
8-2, that final map. Power Gaming romps Fnatic. However, they did manage to take a map, and they took it convincingly.
They did, and that's a positive that you can take into the next event.
An S&D map too, which is, a good sign just from a strategy point of view.